All right, let's get started. I've got a couple minutes after the hour here. First and foremost, really appreciate your time this morning, afternoon, this evening, wherever you're located. Some of the people on the go-to meeting I do know and familiar with, and if you're familiar with me, or if you're not, I should say, my name is Frank Santos with VANCO. I'm the Director of Training for VANCO, and today our focus is to basically show you guys what's new and exciting with VANCO. Now, normally, obviously, at CEDIA, we would see you in person. We certainly miss you guys and miss seeing you guys in person, so hopefully next year will be a lot different. We're back to normal. But again, today's focus will take you through a virtual tour of our virtual booth, and again, show you some new products that we've announced that are coming out, and some of the new products that we currently have. So let's get rolling here. By the way, if there are any questions, please utilize the chat function. Keep in mind everyone is muted. Certainly ask questions. I will take time during the presentation to answer those questions. I'll also answer any questions after the presentation as well. It's a small enough group, so feel free to unmute yourself after the presentation. I can certainly answer questions there as well. So really quick about VANCO. If you're not familiar with VANCO, we were born in 1957 in Illinois, where we reside today. Originally a provider of mobile and CB accessories. I can happily tell you guys that we no longer dabble in that type of product. About 20 years ago, we changed our focus to AV, audio video, specifically the HDMI cable. And we started producing the HDMI cable, and over the years we graduated to HDMI distribution products such as splitters, switchers, extenders, matrix units, and the last couple of years HDMI over IP. So our motto with VANCO as a whole, with our 4 brands, especially on the video side, is wherever you need a signal, whether that be HDMI or audio, that's where we come in. We want to be that one-stop shop for anything AV. So again, our focus is on AV distribution and audio. VANCO is actually short for Van Company. We used to sell products right out of the van, going from dealer to dealer, distributor to distributor. So we no longer do that. At the top of this slide here is a picture of our headquarters, located in Batavia, Illinois, about 35 miles west of Chicago. I'm actually in the office today. The VANCO competitive edge, like I mentioned, we want to be that single source for all audio and video, plus networking installation products. Again, anything AV. We have it all covered with all 4 of our brands, which we'll briefly cover in a few slides here, and we'll cover some new products within each brand as well. We have over 2,000 SKUs, over 50 patented products to give you an idea of our offering. And we only sell through distribution, okay? So we don't sell direct. We have a great relationship with our distributors out there. We value that. Customizable training support, which is why I'm here. Obviously, I'm taking you guys through a CEDIA session here, again, new products. In case you guys want to go through a one-on-one training focusing on other products, let me know. I'm more than happy to do that, set up a webinar. We also launched our VANCO Online Training Center earlier this year, which we're really excited about. You can basically learn about our products on your own time at your convenience, and I'll have a slide right at the end of the presentation to show you guys that and how to access that. One of our mottos is tested thoroughly, tested twice. What does that mean? We actually test our products twice. Obviously, our products are manufactured overseas in Asia, and what we do is we make sure that every box, doesn't matter if it's an extender, splitter, amplifier, if it's got a power supply, you need to plug it in. We test it before it even ships out from Asia to our warehouse in Illinois. We actually take that a step further. So at the top of the slide here, you're seeing a picture of what's called our QC cage. And as you can see, it's messy, and it's messy for a reason. Every tester has their own displays, their own sources. They're all different combinations, so that way no test is the same. We try to test our product, and in a nutshell, we try to break our product before it even ships out. Why? Well, we understand, hey, it's electronics. Stuff can happen, chipping can happen. We also test it again because we understand that testing overseas can be different because they've got different sources, different displays, different power, so everything can be different. Again, we want to make sure that it has been thoroughly tested. So know, as a dealer, if you're getting a VANCO product, it has been thoroughly tested twice. Along with that, our warranty, we'll cover our Evolution brand today with the Evolution product line. It's a pretty aggressive warranty at 10 years. With our cables, lifetime warranty on all the cables that we carry. Doesn't matter if it's HDMI, VGA, CAT cable. Heck, we even sell a lightning cable for Apple iPhones. All employ a lifetime warranty. Brand partners include JVC, Yamaha, VivoTech, Friendet, and Luxel, just to name a few. Obviously, we are testing with other manufacturers such as Sony, Samsung, LG, so on and so forth. And then last but not least, our tech support team, a great group of people, very knowledgeable, helpful. You can access us, our tech support team, via phone, email, or even our website chat. All right, let's cover our 4 brands, starting off with VANCO, which is our namesake. So VANCO is a comprehensive line of value-oriented residential AV products and accessories. That's what we started off with. It has morphed into a connectors, cables, interconnects, networking line. Now, we certainly do have some HDMI distribution products, and that's where it started out. However, we introduced Evolution about 6 years back, and Evolution is our Pro Series of HDMI distribution products. So your extenders, your splitters, your switchers, your matrix units, and quite recently, HDMI over IP. It's going to feature technologies such as HD-based patented technologies. Again, we've got over 50 patents, including our HDMI extenders, which have bidirectional PoE. Pulse Audio is our line of audio solutions, and quite frankly, these are all solutions that our dealers came up with. Just feedback from our dealers saying, hey, Frank, it'd be awesome if you had a solution for this that can extend audio or convert audio, and that is what this line is made up of. So it's a line of indoor-outdoor Bluetooth speakers, 2-channel amplifiers, both 70-volt and 8-ohm. We also have Bluetooth interconnects, connectivity, and all sorts of audio converters and extenders within that line. So again, it's a great audio solution-based line. Now, our initial intent with Pulse Audio was to grow it into architectural speakers. However, we came across Beale Street Audio as an opportunity to acquire, and we certainly did so about a couple years back. Now, we took a look at the market and found out that, in terms of speaker manufacturers and speaker products, it was pretty saturated. Okay, everyone makes the same speaker. They're all the same inherent design, open back, infinite baffle. And we'll talk about this a bit further when Beale Street Audio section comes up, but it's a totally different speaker, a totally different design. In fact, it is patented with the sonic vortex technology. So we'll talk about that in a bit. VANCO'S extensive product range. Again, I'm not going to go through all the products, all 2,000 SKUs today. We'd be on the phone or on this webinar all day, but we do have HDMI component, VGA products, all sorts of audio, video converters, and scalers. Cables is our forte. Again, HDMI cables, that is what we specialize in, but we also have other audio and video cables like optical, VGA, CAT cables, anything that you can think of in terms of cabling. While we do carry networking accessories such as patch panels and patch cables, obviously AV is more our specialty, but we certainly carry networking products. We also carry all sorts of home theater and bulk cable wall plates like you see on the right-hand side there. That brushed wall plate is one of our best sellers. We also have nose plates, reversible nose plates. Again, any wall plate for any type of application. To wrap up on the slide, we also carry IR distribution products, whether it's hardwire, whether it's wireless, whatever you need to do in terms of control. We certainly have many IR distribution solutions. And last but not least, we also do flat panel mounts. We have a series of fixed, tilt, articulating flat panel mounts, UL and non-UL as well. So let's get into our Evolution line and what's new with our Evolution line. Really quick, if you're not, again, familiar with Evolution, Evolution is our premium audio and video distribution brand. It features a 10-year limited warranty, again, which is super aggressive. And within this line, you're going to find the latest and greatest in terms of technology. Obviously, 8 latest versions of HDMI, HDCP, HD-based T is what we employ there. Last but not least, HDMI over IP on that last bullet point. We have all sorts of extenders. People tell us that we have too many extenders. And quite honestly, that's not really true, because while we do have many extenders, there's an extender solution for any application is what we like to think. Okay, it doesn't matter if you need short range, long range, 1080p, 4K. Soon we'll have 8K extenders. control, doesn't matter. We have the extender for any application. We have all sorts of splitters and switchers within this line, video wall and multi-view products for commercial-based applications, IR kits and accessories, and again, we've got over 50 patented technologies overall, and a lot of them within the Evolution brand. So with that, one of our new products, which I'm super excited about, is our 4x2 matrix unit, part number EVMX4K42. This is an awesome matrix unit. Why? Because on the outputs, it can handle multiple resolutions, okay? One thing many people do not know about matrix units and splitters, if it's standard and if it doesn't scale, as soon as you take your 4K source and you split it out to multiple displays, and if those displays are mixed resolution 4K and 1080p, you will get 1080p on all the outputs, including your 4K displays, okay? When that EBID, that handshake occurs, the source will handshake with each and every TV, and it will take the lowest common denominator in terms of resolution and give you the resolution that all displays can handle. So what this unit does is on the outputs, I'm not sure if you guys can see my pointer here, but on output A and B, we can choose to downscale that output from 4K to 1080p. That way you have output A going to a 4K TV, output B going to a 1080p TV, and our 4K signal remains unaffected to output A's TV. All right, so huge benefit in terms of scaling within this unit. In addition, it also carries ARC back. It also extracts audio on the right-hand side here. You've got an optical digital audio breakout as well as an analog breakout. In terms of resolution, again, it does pass 4K, but also HDR. So HDR10 and Dolby Vision. And also features smart switching. So basically, if you turn off your Blu-ray player, you're watching that, the switcher will automatically search for the next source input that is turned on and sending signal automatically. So in terms of an updated matrix unit for a small scale application, this fits the bill. This is a perfect solution for that. All right, moving on here. We also introduced recently 2 new splitters that can also scale. So on its outputs, it can scale from 4K to 1080p, same deal here. So if you don't need a matrix unit, you just need to split out a 4K source to multiple resolution TVs. We can do a mix of 1080p and 4K without affecting the 4K TVs, okay? 2 flavors here, a 1x2 and a 1x4, part number EVSP12SC and 14SC respectively. Switching gears here to another unique product called EVOSKILLZ. This is an inline unit, as you can see. So on the right-hand side, if you're taking a look at our connection diagram, you've got your HDMI source coming in. And in this example, it's a cable box. Now it's coming out HDMI to display. This unit does not change the HDMI output in terms of resolution and audio. What it does feature is a secondary audio input, which is an analog input, and now we can connect an Amazon Alexa product, and we can overlay the Amazon Alexa right onto the HDMI video. So if you're probably thinking to yourself, well, what do I need this for? Think like a bar type application where you're playing the football game, the commercials come up, and instead of the commercial audio, we can actually overlay music over it. While again the commercials are playing. It's a pretty cool and unique type of product. And again, this product is called EVOSKILLZ. In terms of resolution, full 4K, so 4K 60 frames, 444, and HDR. Another new addition to our Evolution line is EVOIPLITE. If you guys are familiar with our HDMI over IP solution, EVOIP, a great solution for 4K pass-through. You can set up video walls, you can set up digital signage with text overlays, with picture overlays, logo overlays. It has an app, we can control it via IP, very easy to use and set up. This is the newest edition called EVOIPLITE, and now this is a more cost-effective solution. Now, the feedback that we got with HDMI over IP in general, it is quite a pricey solution, okay? So it's not really meant for small commercial applications or even residential because of the cost. This is a game changer because of the cost difference. It's about 33% less. What you still get is obviously the ability to control this system via IP or the app on iOS or Android. 1080p max resolution, so it doesn't do 4K. That's not a big deal for, let's say, those bar type applications with multiple 1080p TVs, and this is switching only, so no video wall and no digital signage. But again, if you've got an application where you've got mixed 1080p and 4K, we can install EVOIPLITE with an existing EVOIP application, and we can access both products within one system, within one control box. So again, we feel that this is a game changer because of the cost. In terms of what it has on the hardware, it's actually one single SKU, which is nice. It can act as either the transmitter or receiver. In terms of control, we have bidirectional IR and RS-232 pass-through. And then the breakouts on the unit, we feature Toslink for digital audio and stereo for 3.5 millimeter analog audio breakout when in transmitter mode. Still features PoE, and it's a $499 MSRP. Again, this will be coming out pretty soon. We're actually testing it right now. So look out for that. All right, let's switch gears here to Beale Street Audio. And I mentioned Beale Street Audio in the beginning of the presentation. It is a company that we acquired about a couple years back because, again, we were looking to get into architectural speakers. And the first thing that we asked ourselves with even our Pulse audio line was, does the world need another speaker? And the answer was no, quite frankly, because, again, we took a look at the market and we found the market to be saturated with all sorts of speaker manufacturers. And again, all the speakers were pretty much designed the same. Let's face it, architectural speakers are pretty much car stereo speakers stuffed right into the wall or in the ceiling. What makes Beale Street Audio so different, and you can see on the right-hand side here with this speaker, it's got a cabinet built in. Now, there's two important functions or features and benefits of that cabinet. Number one, it keeps the sound consistent. So no matter where you install these speakers, it's always going to sound the same because our back box is not what's behind that wall or up in that ceiling. Our back box is already built in. So you're going to get consistent sound. The other benefit of the cabinet is no sound resonance or reduced sound resonance. We're able to cut down the sound resonance by 7 decibels compared to your average open back infinite baffle speaker. The other major advantage of this is the amount of bass that this speaker provides. On the front of the speaker, you'll see 6 ports that are actually coiled around the speaker cabinet. If you stretched out that port on our standard 6.5, you would get 48 inches of length. The longer the port, the more bass that you have. So again, we can provide deep and rich bass that no other architectural speaker can provide. So along with that, what's new with Beale Street Audio? We've got a new line of 70 volt and 100 volt speakers featuring our patented sonic vortex technology, which we just spoke about. Residential and commercial amplifiers. We'll cover a few of our new amplifiers in the next slide. We also released an economy line of residential and commercial architectural speakers called BEALE Basics. While it doesn't have the sonic vortex technology, it still includes the premium materials that our sonic vortex speakers provide. Wrapping up on this slide, active and passive subwoofers. Pretty cool subwoofer. The passive one is because we can actually install an in-ceiling subwoofer, obviously right into the ceiling, so that way it's not on the floor. So that is a very unique product. Comes in 2 different sizes, 6.5 and 8-inch. We also carry volume controls and installation accessories, obviously, like tile bridges and pre-construction brackets for our speakers. So again, what's new with Beale Street Audio? I'm super excited about these 2 new amplifiers that we just released. In fact, I use one at home. We have 2 different flavors to this, 2 by 50 watt, 2 by 100 watt, 2.1, so they do have a sub out. The most important feature of both of these amplifiers is this little button right here where it says IR Learning or Learning button. If you click on that, basically what this thing will do, it will automatically learn IR functions or IR commands from any IR remote. So this is perfect for any bedroom type setup where you want a 2.1 channel setup. And you can use your TV remote, you can use your Blu-ray player remote, your cable box remote for volume up, volume down, mute, and source selection. So that way you don't have to use another remote. It'll be seamless in terms of control. So very cool amplifiers that we just came out with. All right, switching gears to VANCO. With our VANCO line, a couple of unique products. And our thought process behind some of these products was obviously the world that we're in now with everything going virtual, with e-learning, with virtual meetings, and obviously a lot more webinars like we're doing right now. This is one of the ideas that came up, which is our HDMI to USB capture. So what this unit does, and it's passive, doesn't need a power supply. It is this unit right in the middle here, and we've got our HDMI source coming in, and it will actually convert that HDMI signal to USB signal. Why? Because we connect this to a computer, and with the help of software, which is open source, we can actually edit video, we can edit recordings, we can edit any HDMI signal coming in. Why would you need this? Because it's a great solution for virtual meetings, learning. We can record this entire webinar if we wanted to. For the gamers out there, obviously, we've got a game console in this connection diagram. They can actually record their gaming content. So multiple uses for this unit. Part number is HDCAPT1. So again, with this new world that we're in, it's a great solution, a great product for multiple uses. Also supports 4K resolution, which I missed. All right, next product up is our IR EXP kit. We sell other one zone 6 source IR kits. However, this is the newest one. Two major advantages here. Number one, the IR receiver. The main complaint that we get with many IR kits is the IR receiver is too big. With all the new TVs now with almost no bezel or a very thin bezel, the IR receiver is just way too big. This is a low profile, very small IR receiver. In addition to that, there's actually an LED on the front, and whenever you send it IR commands from your IR remote, it actually talks back to you. So the LED will emit light, let you know, hey, I'm receiving a signal here. The other major advantage of this is you'll see these dials for each one of the outputs here. What we've noticed with standard IR kits is sometimes the signal is too weak for some sources like cable boxes because of the front panels. We can actually dial up the signal to make it stronger so that the cable box will receive that signal. On the flip side of that, we've also received complaints that the IR signal is too powerful and it's actually affecting the other sources within a rack, let's say. So we can actually dial down the signal to make it weaker, so that way it's only controlling that source and not the other cable boxes that's surrounding it. So very cool IR kit. Again, the part number is IR-EXP kit. Also, you can expand this up to 12 zones, or 12 sources, I should say, by daisy chaining 2 units together. Another solution type-based product is our 4K HDR HDMI scaler. When we talked about evolution, I showed you guys a 4x2 matrix unit and a 1x2 and 1x4 splitter and its scaling capabilities. This unit is a standalone unit that will take 4K and downscale to 1080p. Why would you need this? Let's say you have a retrofit application where you've got a matrix unit installed and you're introducing some 1080p displays into the mix. Rather than swapping out that older matrix unit which cannot scale on its own, we can actually take this unit and install it in line between that matrix unit and the 1080p TV. So that way, again, we can take our 4K signal and downscale it to 1080p without affecting the other 4K displays. So really cool solution-based product for scaling, again, 4K down to 1080p. Part number on this guy is HD4KSC. All right, last but not least, our Pulse Audio line. Like I mentioned, Pulse Audio is our audio solution-based product line. Okay, again, all these products are really ideas coming from our dealers saying, hey, it'd be cool if you had this type of solution. I've got a job for this. And again, we brought that to Brandon White, our new product development director, and he's pushed products out based upon that feedback. So again, if you guys have any feedback for us on any cool new ideas, please let us know. We're all ears on that. But within this line, we also have residential and commercial amplifiers, multi-zone amplifiers such as our PA66. Streamers, we actually only have one right now, which is pictured right at the bottom. It's a favorite of mine. It's called a PA Stream. Think of this as Sonos without the amplifier, without the speakers. You can pick and choose your own, and without the price, to be quite honest with you. Very cool. You can run multiple units in one home or one commercial type application, and you can zone them up together with a party mode. Very cool. We have all sorts of audio extenders and obviously Bluetooth products. In fact, we are giving away a PA360, which is a Bluetooth indoor-outdoor speaker. So by you guys taking part of these trainings, these go-to-meeting webinars, you guys are entered in to possibly win one. So what's new with Pulse Audio? We also have a USB audio capture. The only difference is we're just doing audio. Okay, on the inputs, you'll see it's analog. We've got 3.5 millimeter connection as well as RCA, and it will convert that audio signal to USB, where again we can connect this to a computer, and again with the help of a software, we can actually record that content, we can edit it, we can stream it online, such as YouTube. This is a great solution for podcasts, worship services, live audio. The other benefit of this, which is really cool, so if any of you guys have old legacy audio, such as CDs, cassettes, vinyl records, we can actually convert that to digital format, MP4s or MP3s, so that way you can play it back digitally. So really cool solution. Part number PACAPT1. This is another solution type-based product. This is basically a digital to analog audio converter. We actually have quite a number of these currently. This is different because this has Dolby downmixing capability. So again, on the inputs, we have optical and we have digital coax, and we can take that signal and we can basically convert that to 2-channel analog. However, on a standard digital analog audio converter, if you have Dolby, it'll come out like static because the audio converter cannot process Dolby Digital. With this unit, it will, and it will give you 2-channel or PCM audio. So that way, again, you don't have to dumb down your audio from your source, which is a big deal. And so, again, with the optical or coax inputs, it actually auto switches between both inputs, which is very convenient. And then the part number on this guy is PADAC-DD. Another cool new product is our 30-watt 2-channel wall plate amplifier. As you can see in the picture, it's a wall plate, okay, but behind it, you actually have a small amplifier built in. So this is, in terms of installing, pretty easy. You put it into a wall, it becomes a volume control with an amplifier on the back side of it. We can hook it up to a pair of speakers. In terms of connectivity, Bluetooth connectivity is number 1. Auxiliary in for line in is going to be number 2. Compact design. This is helpful in an application where you've got an office building and all the offices, they want their own 2-channel setup, where you can actually install these into each separate office and you can enjoy, again, 2-channel audio. You can run multiple units because they do have unique ID codes. So very cool application for audio. Part number PA230WP. All right, that wraps up all the new products that we have to showcase for CEDIA. So any questions, please let me know. One more thing, I do want to mention our VANCO online training center, which we launched about a couple months ago. It was perfect timing, obviously, with the start of the pandemic. This is basically an online training center where you can learn about our products, specifically BEALE Street Audio, and our HDMI over IP solution, EVOIPLITE, on your own time at your convenience. Each module is no more than about 20 minutes. Once you complete that, and by the way, it's super interactive, and once you complete that, it unlocks additional resources like webinars, short videos, product videos, case studies, PowerPoint files, and we'll keep on adding to it. So it's a continuing learning system. It also has a cool tool called the QRT, which is short for Quick Reference Tool. And for example, if you're walking a job for HDMI over IP or for audio, that tool will help you recognize and find out what speakers, for instance, are the best for that application. It'll show you all the specs, the features, what it's perfect for in terms of an application. So please check that out, vanco.talentlms.com. So that is it. I appreciate your time. At this time, I'm going to hang around on the GoToMeeting for a couple minutes. If you guys have any questions, there is a question from Mike Marco. What is the wiring requirement for the PA230WP for power? So it does come with a wall wart. You can use 110, which is fine, using Romex, but obviously it's much different for every city, every town in terms of power. We've had people using Romex simply to 110. Other people have breaking out the power down below it and basically create a wall plate to plug it into a wall plate for power. So any other questions, please let me know. Again, I'll be hanging around for a couple minutes, but that is it. Again, hope hopefully you guys found this beneficial, and I hope that you guys stay safe and enjoy the rest of the show. And again, let us know what we can do for you. Thank you very much.